Yep, right now.
Yes. Also, before anybody asks, Lightning's font looks different because he's using an approved mod. All it does is change the font. But we're off on Aqualaris Classic, by far our most popular starting track.
Yeah, Gale looks a little cleaner right now.
Yeah,
oh,
ooh,
whoa,
a lot cleaner.
yeah, yeah.
That's rough. What did he hit?
He just rolled into the sidewall, it looked like.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a pretty nasty one, too.
McFruit, it strikes a really good balance on difficulty. It's probably the easiest of this circuit in this style of play. So everyone can do it consistently, and everyone just thinks, all right, we'll take it as a fair race.
It's also...
Oh, Galeforce died.
Ooh, yeah, wow.
When I say people can do it consistently, I guess I'm a little wrong.
Yeah, it's like kind of a mix of... It's sort of fun-ish, and you aren't fighting for like tiny fractions of a second when you play it, like some of the other tracks.
There are a couple of players where if it's a matchup here that will look like that.
Mm-hmm.
But neither of these are them. Both of their PBs are in the like 239, 240 range. Oh, Lightning! I thought he was going to die there. But it is a dead heat coming out of this tube.
Yeah.
It's a slight lead for Lightning. Now I'm looking, but...
I think so, yeah.
I really thought he was going to die on that corner. Now, a clean figure 8 does match it up. This is just a different heat line for Gale that is a much more optimal one. So that does put the lead back over to him. That was a strong back half, and he didn't die here this time.
Yeah, both of them went through the figure 8 pretty well.
Yep, but that's still a
second half lead.
It is a 1 second lead for Galeforce, counting into the lead for LightningPirate from lap 1. If Lightning is high heat coming on the back end of this, it could be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But they are actually neck and neck now. So,
yeah.
No, never mind. It is still the same lead for Gale. It was just hard to tell on that bit, right?
Yeah, it could flip back, but if both of them play
the same way they did, because Lightning is very conservative on his boost line on the back half here.
And he lost his boost there. He bounced a little.
Yeah, and there are a lot of lines where holding that boost is suboptimal, and I think he's kind of on one of them, and it looks like he is. Yeah. Oh, Galeforce dies in the figure 8 again.
That might do it.
How?
Meanwhile, Lightning goes through pretty clean. Wow.
Yeah, there it is. 246 to a 248.
Not what you want to see.
No, it was not. That's a heartbreaker for Gale.
Yeah, Lightning was a bit surprised to win that.
Yeah, and so was I. I'm like seeing one death for a top player in there isn't that out of the ordinary, but seeing 2.
Yeah.
That is very unusual. Galeforce taking Executioner out of the track pool.
Yep, both players get 2 permanent bans.
Yep. So there will be 4 tracks that are completely off the table for the rest of this match. First one is Executioner, which is a pretty tough track. King Bean, you missed Galeforce making a bit of a hash out of Aqualaris Classic.
Yeah.
He died twice on the figure 8. LightningPirate, target bans Ando Prime Centrum to get it away from Gale. And Galeforce takes out Vengeance. He really doesn't like these Uvu tracks.
And Howler Gorge, the final one.
Also a decent one.
Not one crash, 2 crashes.
Yeah.
Both in the same spot.
Yep, and Lightning crashed on lap 1. It was quite interesting to see. We're gonna get a Vengeance matchup between these guys. They both like the track.
Bullseye ban. It's not surprising. So I was actually looking at the stats for these guys, and it's kind of interesting. We've got a few little things that actually pop out. The first one is that Mongaza is banned now. Yep, that's not surprising. Galeforce has the best tournament time on that.
It's a 40.3, right? 40.19.
Yeah. Which is a pretty good time altogether.
Yeah.
But
so what are these little differences between the guys? because I
So
haven't looked at that much.
The first one is Lightning is way more confident off of Ben. Galeforce has played him 78% of the time.
Okay.
And Lightning has only played him like 50 something.
Mm-hmm.
And then
going to Death Row's Revenge.
Oh boy. So yeah, that's not coming out yet because it was Galeforce's ban or pod ban, but that might be coming later. The other interesting thing is Galeforce's best times on these are better on almost every single track, but Galeforce also averages like 0.1 more deaths per minute. So Lightning averages like 0.3 and Galeforce averages around 0.4. So it looks like Lightning goes way more conservative, so he doesn't get the maximum, but looks like he's probably a bit more reliable.
Yeah. Also, that is not Gale's PB on Death Rows.
I didn't even see it.
That's not a possible time. So he was messing around with hard editing his saves for a meme. So I think it's still a little weird. But yeah, both of these guys really like the Ordabana tracks. That being Scrapper's Run, Death Row's Revenge, and Abyss. They're very good at the split level cage segments.
I mean, I'm not complaining. These are probably some of the most fun to watch.
Yeah, they're really cool tracks.
The EP2 ones can be kind of cool too, but there's more like sections of just driving than these ones.
These are all pretty fast paced and relatively intense, aside from Scrappers, but that's just because it's earlier in the game.
Score update.
Yep, I'm on it. And we are away. Galeforce going much more aggressive there, and it paid off. Oh,
ooh.
Lightning still with the death.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's actually kind of...
Gale holds this boost. Good release timing. Yeah, that's just a very clean front half from Gale.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does in the trickier turn of this segment.
Yeah.
It's like this first one's not too bad. This one's fine. It's this backswing coming up there is the first death for Gale.
Yeah. Both of these races so far, everyone survived the hard bits and died randomly into the easy stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't go for the long jump. Neither of them went for the long jump.
Lightning is on. Lightning tends to play on slightly higher traction, so it's not really a feasible strat to go for. Gale, I don't know his traction setup. Oh, Lightning died there again. He tried to cut it, looked like.
Yeah, it looks like he maybe turned slightly too far in. Wow.
Yeah. This is out of the ordinary for both of these racers.
That section is not where you expect to see the blow-ups.
Yeah. I would also like to point out Baru Coast was left up for Galeforce.
Oh, no.
And he has the only sub-4 in tournament on that track, I believe. No, he's got one of 2.
Yeah, looks like... Yeah, I don't think Lightning can pull this out. Even without the deaths, Gale's just going way more aggressively, and it's paying off hard.
Gale's going
just
hard.
The long jump alone is probably 2 seconds or more.
Yes. Asder Ace has the other one, which is slightly faster than Gale's.
That's to be expected. I think they're actually... No, it's King Bean Mikey and Ace that have tied number of high scores for this tournament. Yeah.
But let's see, Gale's going for the out-of-bounds finish, and he's got it.
That was a very good run.
Yeah, that was aside from the death, that was pretty good.
Yeah. That's nice to see. This track has a lot of places where you can screw up.
Yeah. That was interesting. After LightningPirate finished the race, 2 of his engines stopped thrusting, and the other 2 were still fine. Alright, but where are we going next? Now, like I said earlier, both of these guys really like Abyss. Like, Galeforce, I believe, has the full track world record right now. It's 217.03.
And Lightning Band's Bullseye.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is he gonna go Fire Mountain Rally then? Like Fire Mountain or Grabvine?
I don't know.
I don't think either one is the best choice.
Yeah.
Gale doesn't have a time in tournament on either of them. And he is banning Grabvine. He's on the same thought process here. Yep, he's smelling the same thing. Where is Lightning taking us? It's like my first thought when I see Bullseye. When I see a Bullseye ban, we get something like that.
Abyss. Abyss.
Here it is.
All right.
This track. Its actual construction is a mess.
And that's why we love watching other people race, not ourselves.
I actually do enjoy playing this track now that I've tried practicing it some.
I honestly haven't practiced it yet. I want to, but I always go, I will do that tomorrow.
Yeah. It's a very fun track just because so much of it is insane. So, the big thing to know going into this is that if you fall down in the split segment, the split level segment, you lose like 40 seconds. Just because there's a penalty lap segment. But if you stay up, there are multiple walls you can just drive through.
You can also climb back up onto the top row, but it's difficult on Ben, right?
Ben can do it just fine if you're playing on higher tractions.
Okay.
But Galeforce has fallen. See where this is climb, yeah. With the amount he's been grinding this course, I don't expect him to screw up a climb. Now, both of these guys are holding very even so far. Gale's not going for slot boost. Disappointing. I knew he was a maniac, but I was hoping I knew he was a maniac, but I was hoping he was a bigger one.
Yeah.
But it is still a slight lead for Gale. See what this looks like coming through. It's a much bigger lead for Gale now.
Yeah.
He's just holding his boosts a lot more aggressively.
Yeah.
Oh, Gale did fall through. So did Lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning's was a slightly less impactful. Actually, no, it was slightly more impactful because Gale adjusted around more efficiently.
Yeah.
Basically, if you fall through, you can turn around and follow the line of the course, die later on, and get put in a farther forward portion of the track.
Huh, interesting. I actually had no idea about that.
Excuse me.
That's weird.
Ooh, Lightning. That slot shortcut is very difficult to get right.
Yeah. Ooh, the counter pick is not paying off.
No, I mean it was a ballsy one. I was expecting it to be one of Gale's picks.
Yeah.
51.33, that's pretty solid for Gale. Especially with how much more cautiously he's driving most of it. Now, you'll also notice Gale is waiting to the same spot every time to make the climb. It's just a little bit easier to pull it off right there. It's also it gives you a second to calm down.
Yeah.
Because when you first fall down, your immediate thought is, "Oh crap, I need to get back up." If you take a second, readjust, and find the proper time to go back up, it's far easier.
Wonder if he's even just planning to go down.
He might be.
Just not even worry about slowing down to stay on top.
And Gale doing the out of bounds finish again. Gets it.
Yeah.
It's a 2:27. That's a very solid time. However, it goes to show just how safely people take this track in tournament. Because the world record is 10 seconds faster than that.
Ooh, wow, yeah. But yeah, overall, that was a pretty clean run.
Takes it to 2-1 to Galeforce. He has broken serve.
Yeah. Could be difficult for Lightning to crawl back in. Lightning already gets the pick.
It's definitely doable.
Yeah. It's doable. They both have a pretty good track pool.
Like,
each of them does have tracks that they have played in tournament, and the other one has not.
Yes.
And Lightning banning Ben. All right, that's what I was expecting to see.
Yeah, take Gale a little out of his comfort zone. The grab
vine ban.
He's not going to take grab vine if he's banning Ben, Gale.
Yeah.
Bans were Endoprime Centrum, Executioner, Gauntlets, and Howler. Or not Executioner. Or not a Gauntlet. Executioner, Vengeance. Yeah. Gauntlet is still on the table. Fire Mountain Rally is the pick.
All right. This is a lot of potential pod choices for this one, right?
Not really. The actually viable picks here are going to be Bullseye and Neva. Both of them are going to pick Bullseye.
Okay.
Mars is very, very difficult to execute here. If played perfectly, he can probably match Bullseye, but it's very hard. But both are picking Bullseye. I don't think I've ever seen Gale play Bullseye.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he didn't ban Ben earlier, considering I saw the difference in pick rates like within 4 seconds of looking at the sheet, and LightningPirate literally made the stat sheet. So,
yeah,
bit of a flub there, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe he was just going to try it out, see what happened, see if he even had to. But especially since he did have the luxury of being one track ahead. But
this isn't really the scenario to do that. You do it if you're 2 tracks up.
Yeah.
But we're off, and it looks like Gale is perfectly capable of handling Bullseye. He is over-adjusting slightly, but nothing completely insane yet. Let's see how he is in the hairpins. Oh, after the sync adjustment.
Once again, both are pretty even at this point.
Yep. Gale took those a little faster.
Yeah. That's kind of how
it's
been going so far.
Yep. Gale kind of subscribes to the same philosophy as me and King Bean, where it's just, we have one mode, and that's fast.
Yep. I mean, that's basically the same way I operate, but that's just because my brain turns off when I do things. Also, I'm way worse at it. That's the big key difference there.
There are a few of us where we just kind of don't know how to play safe.
That's the gamer way.
Yeah.
No cowardice allowed in virtual environments.
That was a very good front half from each, but that death from Galeforce puts LightningPirate right back on it. Oh, some frame drops. We'll be back with you as soon as the slideshow catches up.
Ooh. It's kind of unfortunate, too, because he had a big lead there, but that's kind of...
Oh, another death. Oh, what the hell?
Lightning dies in the same spot. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of the trade-off.
Just when you thought this was going to be a clean race.
Yeah.
But it is the trade-off of Bullseye. He's the most fragile pod in the game.
Yeah, and even with Galeforce having an extra death, they're still even. It's kind of the trade-off of you're faster, but also you blow up more. So sometimes it just kind of evens out. But
it's about half a
second ahead. Yeah.
And this is going to be a 6-minute race.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're in for it.
Yeah. All right. See how the front half goes for each of them again. It was really clean up until the canyons for both players.
Yeah.
Now, the switchback section here is far more difficult than it looks.
Ooh.
Like that. That is the... Oh, God!
Oh, God.
Lightning, that's a wall.
Yeah, I guess they have the AI turned on, because that's some rubber banding right there.
Oof. But coming out of those switchbacks, it's a lead for Gale again. Looking at a couple seconds here. Synchronous engine fires.
Yeah. You.
This track is really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a really well-made track. It's hard as all hell, but you're driving through an active volcano in the jungle.
Unlike a lot of the other hard tracks, too, it seems moderately fair.
Yeah, actually. If you die, usually you know it's your own fault.
There's the shortcut. I was just going to ask if that track, this track had that.
Yep. The canyon the 2 sections of this track are basically just Grapevine Gateway backwards.
Yeah. Plus lava.
Yeah. Grapevine has lava.
What?
Or like a second and a half.
I don't remember that. I guess I was too busy exploding.
It's on your left after you get through the canyon.
I see.
I think. Or
I don't think that would pass OSHA.
Yeah. At least I think it is. I don't play Grapevine.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
fair.
Gale went very red and then blue.
Ooh, ouch.
It's still a bit of a lead for Gale, but actually it's looking like a 2-death lead almost.
Yeah. And he's died more too, so.
Yeah. I mean, we knew Gale was the faster, higher risk player.
Yeah. But he's
in
actually
general, he plays very high risk.
Through these canyons cleaner. Lightning is kind of bouncing off the walls a bit. He had to stop and repair a little there. And he was going slower in the first place.
Definitely. Yeah, this is a very substantial lead for Gale now. So this segment here is one of the reasons that Mars can, in theory, keep up. Because he can hold some very long boosts through here. Oh, Lightning! That might just put it away.
Yeah.
Because that is a huge lead for Gale. That's like 3 deaths, and there's only one spot left where it's realistic.
Yeah.
And he's past it.
Yep. I think that
you can die a bit here, but it's unlikely. And let's see, does he make it through here? He holds the crazy boost. Makes it through. And that's a 541 for Gale.
Yeah. It's a pretty good time.
Yeah. And a 552 for Lightning. That's still totally respectable.
Yeah. It's just kind of, we've hit the part of the tournament where respectable really isn't good enough anymore.
No, it's not. That track is, like I've said, incredibly hard. It has a strong case for hardest in the game.
Yeah. This makes and Lightning bans Bullseye. Going back to Ben Quadranaris, probably.
And Lightning is still more comfortable on Ben than any other pod.
Yeah. This kind of makes things, he's in a difficult spot now. He's had the last 2 track picks, and he lost both of them. So.
Grapevine Gateway remains the ban for Gale.
Yeah, Gale wants none of that. Maybe he'll let it through in match, on match point. If we get there, but I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably not. Maybe. I could see him doing it. I hope he does it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I want to see from... I mean, I want to see Lightning make the bold call and just go to M100.
Yeah.
Because for anyone who hasn't been following, on Malastair 100, both of Lightning's previous opponents screwed up and threw the race on Malastair 100 on the final lap. But he's taking us to Zugga Challenge. Huh. Not totally sold on that pick. Because Lightning's boost timings aren't quite up to the point of Gale. Like, Gale is super precise on his boost timings.
Isn't this a track that Gale likes, or am I mixing that up with something else?
Let's take a look. Gale has not played Zugga in tournament.
Huh, alright, well, I guess Lightning was thinking ahead.
I do not know his PB. Lightning, you banned Bullseye. There you go.
I think he just forgot he was on it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I agree with that, King Bing. Lightning does probably need to pick... I was thinking before the race that Lightning should pick the tracks where you can blow up. Yeah. Try and take advantage of Gale's tendencies there. And he's kind of done it. Kind of, but not hard enough.
In general, like I've been saying this since Ace and Mike played in the Swiss rounds. You're gonna want to take the less consistent players to these harder tracks, and you want to take the more consistent players to the easier tracks where you can potentially match their execution more reliably.
Yeah.
This is a decent middle ground track if you're confident here, which Lightning seems to be.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard for me to tell if he's had a lot of tracks picks planned ahead, or is just kind of throwing things at a wall. Because I know some people have done actual... Ooh,
that spot. That is where the lower track comes up and meets the higher track. It's really hard to spot, and if you boost over it without tilting, it just blows you up.
That sucks. Honestly.
Yep. Happened to me on PB pace yesterday.
Yeah. It's kind of the worst types of deaths to see, too, in a tournament.
Yeah. There's a lot of ground collision in this game that is just mean.
Yeah.
Alright, and Gale is going to be... Yep. Alright, he should be relatively good on... He's going to be on the standard cycles for the excavator. Lightning will not, now that he's got one death behind. Just going to throw off some stuff.
Yep, I agree. That's how the game thinks. If you hit the seam, you get the beam.
Yep.
But
the ground is not well made in this game.
No. Honestly, most of just joints in this game, it's bad at them.
Yes. Yes, it is.
If it were a piece of clothing, I would not want to put it on.
And I've seen you wear some bad clothes.
Hell yeah.
Alright, but Galeforce looked very good through that market segment. It looks like he might not underheat here. No, he's gonna underheat, but not by much.
Yeah.
No underheat. That was close. But it was a very good timing from him. Lightning also, I don't think, underheated. And good... Oh, he clips through the tread.
Alright, that's what Lightning needed.
He's still noticeably behind.
Yeah.
And Lightning taking the fun route.
I didn't know you could do that. Alright.
Yeah, you can do it on both sides. Now, Gale does still have a substantial lead.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that death had far less impact than it might have, because he was still on substantial heat, and Lightning took a pretty slow line around the excavator.
Yeah. Fortunately, I think just Lightning safety is not kind of paying off.
No, not with these track picks.
Yeah. I want to see something way more aggressive, but unfortunately he's kind of running out of chances.
I don't disagree with this track now that I'm seeing them both play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was an okay pick.
Yeah.
It has, however, not seemed to pay off.
Yeah.
Now, ooh!
Ooh.
Now, if Gale screws
Caster's
up
Curse,
the,
right there.
If Gale screws up the Excavator, this could do it. This is entirely feasible.
Even with that, it'd still be pretty close.
Gale, yep, he clipped into the tread.
Wow.
He clips into the tread. This is neck and neck. Where the hell are they going to wind up? Same timing on the hill, same timing up the hill.
Oh. Lightning took it. Wow.
Oh my god, by
0.3.
Less than that, 0.02. He took that by 1/50th of a second.
Jesus. Well, when I told you at the beginning that Lightning's races were all close, I wasn't lying.
Oh my god.
Except this King Bean race, that was a blowout.
Rude. Alright. But, hey, he got one back.
Yep, and Lightning keeping the Mongaza and Gale keeping the bullseye.
Alright.
So...
I think he takes us to Baru Coast.
Yeah. That would make sense. Which would, I don't know if sense is Galeforce's style, so we'll see. That just doesn't... I haven't watched a ton of his races, but that just doesn't seem to be how he rolls.
No, you should see how when he argues strats with Ace. Both players wind up talking a bit of nonsense.
Yeah.
King Bean, it would probably take like 3. Like 3 deaths over 3 death difference.
Let's see.
Sunken City.
Sunken City. Lightning has never played this into the tournament, if I'm remembering right.
Alright, got confirmation that it is Sunken City. Now, Lightning has, in fact, not played it. It is one of 2 tracks that Lightning hasn't played. The other one is Mongaza Speedway, and we won't be seeing that.
Galeforce's time here is good, but not outstanding, it looks like. Actually, most people kind of seem to be clustered around him time-wise, except for Nectarn, who's a few seconds ahead.
Yeah. This is 4:15, is about my PB outside of tournament. But Lightning's PB outside of tournament is a 4:16, so he can hold up.
Yeah. And a lot of the hard parts of this track are shared with other tracks. So if you played it a few times and just learned the turns, it's not super difficult if you know some of the other ones on this as well.
Yeah. The way it's described is basically advanced Aqualaris Classic.
Yeah.
And we all saw Aqualaris Classic at the start. Basically, this just has the same beginning, same ending, and an expanded middle section.
Yeah. And the hardest part of the middle bit is shared with the track after this in the set.
Neither one holding that boost.
Yeah.
And going dead even into these tubes. Still dead even. Let's see how they do on the shortcut. This is kind of make or break for the track. Lightning dies, and Gale does not.
That was very close. They both took that actually super fast.
Yeah. I mean, they both know they have to go aggressive here.
Yeah. That was kind of tragic. Lightning just barely didn't make it, too.
Yeah, Galeforce bumped as well. But that shortcut is typically a major make-or-break segment for this track.
Mm-hmm.
This little segment Gale is in as well can lead to some deaths, just because some of the collision's very weird. But it looks like he's fine through it, and now he's on to the Aqualaris Classic segment of the track again.
Which he didn't do too well on last time. So we'll see.
He goes wide, loses a bit of speed, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And he's good. 123.24.
Lightning does take that a bit better, but it's still behind.
Yeah, well, Lightning was also at a lower base speed going into it.
That's true. Yeah, he boosted us aggressively in the tunnel, I thought.
Yeah. For anyone who's unaware, this game has you continuously accelerating. Like, you are just always accelerating if you're moving forward up to a maximum top speed of 649 of what we call arbitrary speed units.
And Gale takes the shortcut very clean that time.
Yep. Let's see how Lightning does. Good.
Very clean as well. All right.
602 on the exit.
So that leaves him still a death or even less behind.
It's more than a death now, just because Gale has been playing more cleanly. In general, on the ones where Lightning won, it has been a significant difference. Like, it was only one more death for Gale on Aqualaris Classic, but that's the shortest track we've seen so far, outside of Abyss. And Zugga required, I think, 3 deaths for Gale. Oh, and Lightning with the second death on the track.
I think that was the part where I died to lose.
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's a 121 for Gale.
Oh, man.
But this is looking kind of out of reach for Lightning.
Yeah.
Like, this is into 4-death lap territory, which is not exactly likely.
No. It's technically possible. But
bumpies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one. Oh, that's a bad death, too.
Yeah.
Because, that's the worst possible death.
Loses out on the shirk completely.
Not quite. He was able to take the longer version. That was the worst possible death.
All right. Come on. Come on. All right. Pretty clean.
Through. We'll have to see what happens, but I still think it takes 2 more deaths for Gale.
Yeah. Yeah, he's about half of this section behind.
That's another death.
No more than that. Ooh, alright. That's 2. So now he's about 2 seconds behind, I believe, once speed up happens.
And now it relies on... Now Gale's time entirely relies on him getting the part that screwed him over on Aqualaris Classic.
Yeah, however, I think once you think ahead, he made it. Nope, that's it.
Oh, man, that was... He tried to throw that track.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Serious dad in the yard with the soccer ball, or the baseball vibes there, that last lap.
Oh, man, he tried to throw that track. That was brutal.
Alright, and that takes us to game point. This is pretty dire for Lightning. You think he can take it? I think he can take a track or 2 more, but...
I don't know. If Gale takes this to something like bumpies, Lightning could do it, just because Gale has not looked good on Aqualaris.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think to win, really, he'd take something above what he can, what he's shown us so far.
Yeah, I think his best case scenario is taking 2 more.
Yeah, and that's scraping it, I think.
Asder, I'll give you that pun, because that was actually kind of next level.
That took me a few seconds, you know? Ooh, Mahonic Ban. Alright.
Alright, so we're just getting the Ben mirror.
Yeah.
Galeforce is a little confused, and bans Grabvine Gateway.
Once again, alright. Didn't waver on that. Darn.
I would have liked to see it.
Yep. Bunta Classic. Okay. Well.
It's the only way to end a match.
Yep. I think this is one of the tracks that Lightning actually has a better time on. Let me check my stats here.
I'm just checking with the players if they want to use the major skip. Okay, there are no skips being involved.
Yeah, Lightning's best time is about 6 seconds better. However, this track is 6 minutes long, so that's not a super comfortable lead.
All right, but we are doing no skips, Boon to Classic, and assuming a Ben mirror.
I think pretty much everyone up to this point has done Bullseye, so I would hope to see a Ben.
Ben is banned pretty consistently here. Nope, Lightning is playing Bullseye. I did not see Galeforce's pick.
Because he hasn't yet. All right. Nope, Bullseye
He's
mirror.
got Bullseye mirror. All right. Disappointed!
You have ruined my hopes. Oop. All right, yeah. Darn. Wanted to see it,
nothing,
but
and I'm still disappointed. It's a Bullseye mirror. Ben gets banned pretty often here. Yeah, neither did I, King Bean. I wanted to see the Ben.
He's playing it safe. He just wants to win.
Yeah, but come on, it's about putting on a show.
No, I agree.
Here we go. And, alright, both players taking the proper line. I doubt we'll be seeing the Magius line ever again.
Yep. I would hope not. That was painful.
Oof. Now, Gale was slightly faster through there, and both taking the same exact line through here. We're going to see both of these players making almost identical decisions. It's going to come down to execution. Lightning was slightly better through that segment and has a tiny lead back. Yeah, this is, like I said, it's entirely execution based at this point.
And oh boy, is there a lot of execution.
But Executioner's banned.
Yeah, man, you had to get it back in somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, both players looking incredibly strong through that front half.
Yeah. Just because something's illegal doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
True.
And yeah,
it's a slight lead for Gale, but nothing
very
substantial.
Slight, yeah.
That's like get hit by one bit of fire. Let's get hit by one fire jet and the lead's gone.
Yeah. However, it didn't happen this lap.
Nope, and that is a bigger lead for Gale now.
Yeah. Huh. It's like Lightning took like a slightly safer thing to avoid the fire.
Yeah, he did.
And Gale just went for it.
That's Gale.
And that's Gale.
Who else but Galeforce? It's going to be a very solid lap, a 147 and a 149.
Almost a 148, actually.
Yeah.
Still, a 2-second lead on a track this long is not too huge.
No. However, if the execution stays the same through these 3 laps, that's going to be a 1.5 death margin.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is unfortunate for Lightning. So, hard landing engine damage is one of the very few points of RNG in this game.
Yeah.
So the only other major points in time trials like this is actually the fire jets you're going to see coming up.
Yeah, those hard landings are the bane of my existence, especially as someone who loves the rub walls.
Yeah.
They just feel so nice.
But this is a much bigger lead for Galeforce now. Not sure where he wound up finding that. Oh, that death, though, that's a big deal.
First one, yeah. I think he is still ahead. but it is not by very much. However,
like I said, it's kind of 1.5 to...
Ooh, alright, well.
Yeah. Unfortunate lap from Galeforce. It really does seem like he, I don't want to say tilts, but he's kind of momentum-based.
Yeah.
It's
Tends to die
either
in clusters.
Yeah. And then takes a second, calms himself down, and is fine for another little while.
Yeah. I think, though, if he keeps the same pace, he's still in the lead, basically, even with those deaths.
Based on execution, if they both go... actually, maybe not. See, 150 versus a 156.
Oh, yeah, no. That's more than... I thought it would be like 4 or 5.
That's a 4-second lead for Lightning right now.
Alright.
It's going to require a major mistake, but not a death, and this will be dead even. Unless Gale just goes absolutely nuts this lap, which is totally possible.
Ooh, that's not what he wanted, though.
No, I was looking at Lightning. What did I miss?
He, like, bounced into the air and then knocked around off a couple walls. Didn't take damage somehow, but...
This track does that sometimes. Also, reminder, Lightning is deathless so far.
Yeah. Actually very nice. He has racked up damage, but he hasn't really needed to stop to repair, I think. No, there was the one time with the bounce. Yeah, there was the bounce.
There should be no more hard landings, however.
Yeah. And I don't think there's going to be too much threat to his right engine, which is the redder one.
Yeah, no, there shouldn't be. He's getting a little bit of repairing in right now to play it safe.
Yeah.
However, this is going to be very close, because this back half is where Galeforce got his leads.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Yeah.
Look at how... Look, Lightning is taking the left side wall. Oof. Oh, Lightning dies. What did he hit? Or Galeforce dies, I'm sorry. What did he hit?
He just ground the wall. I think like a jet kind of popped up in front of him, and he tried too hard to avoid it.
Tusken Raiders.
Yeah. Look, man, sometimes when I play this course, I agree with Anakin. But, I think that's... Lightning takes
Lightning got it. 5:28.86. Which is a 3-second PB for him.
Yeah. Galeforce actually beat his old best time by a second, too.
Yeah.
He's a 5:37 something. What is the tournament PB for this track?
The tournament PB is Mikey Berger with Ben getting a 5:12.
I don't even see that on the stat sheet. Oh no, there it is.
Yeah, it's Mike with a 5:12.
Went right past it from that. I think that is the second. That is the third best time now, after King Bean.
All right, Mongaza Speedway remains banned. Bullseye.
I would love to see a blindfolded run, and I do not volunteer.
I do. I've been meaning to practice blindfolded Mongaza. We're going to Scrapper's Run.
Ooh.
I think. That's all SR stands for, right? Alright, yes, it is Scrapper's Run.
Alright, this is one of my personal favorite tracks.
Yep. Galeforce's in-tournament PB is 7 seconds faster than Lightning's.
Ouch. And this is a fairly short track, but there's basically a new way to blow up every couple seconds.
Yep. Death wall, getting into the speedy tube, driving through the guardrails. Second death wall, missing your jump.
Tapping the ramp wall if you're below 60 FPS. Found that one out.
This track is still, it's incredibly fun.
Yeah.
It's one of those where, since you can die everywhere, you're always on edge.
Yeah.
But players have been given the go. We'll get into it momentarily, and I need to...
From what I've seen, it's kind of difficult to get into or the best possible turns in a lot of the places.
Mm-hmm. And this track is one that's very technical.
Yeah.
Lightning holds first boost. Gale does not, so slight lead immediately. Lightning seems to have been practicing this. Yep,
Takes that very safe.
Still no contact. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is quite possible to survive that wall, but it is tricky.
Yeah.
If you hit it.
You also have to like hit it exactly right and get off like immediately because there's a death spot slightly further on.
Yep. 39.42 lap 1 and 39.74.
All right, yeah. They looks like their time is totally identical except for just the boost loss.
We're a little bit desynced, but it's not a huge deal.
Yeah. I'm seeing that safe as well.
Yep.
Gale, rather. This one up. You know, I think you're right. I hadn't thought about that. This is the first time Bunta hasn't been the decider.
Right, there we go. We're getting the sync
Same
up.
thing there.
Oh man, that is a third of a second lead back over to Galeforce.
Oof.
This is anyone's game on this lap.
Yeah. And Gale hasn't been going as hard as he has on other ones comparatively.
Yeah. And he realizes that his mistakes have been costing him.
Yeah.
Still a small lead for Gale. There are a couple more mistake options here. Let's see what happens.
Not really. This is it.
Yep. And it looks like that's going to do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, little under a second. Gale takes it.
Yep.
5-3.
That was still a very good match.
Yeah. That's one to look at the side-by-side for that last track. That was really good. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Good games. Sorry.
Yeah.
GG's.
So, Gale.
Yeah?
It seemed like you were almost trying to throw that
Trying to what?
Throw that sunken city at the end. That was a sketchy lap 3.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I died on the shortcut, right? So I'm just like...
Yeah, you got the worst possible death.
Yeah, and it's like, it's actually pretty easy to die going wide after that too, so I was like, super...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was so close.
Dude, Tuscan Raiders, oh my god.
I know. You just got thrown into the wall.
I know, like, at least 2 of those were just fire. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That track is mean.
Yeah, oh, it was so clean. Other than that too. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's kind of how I think most of your losses were. Just be like, oh, looking really good. Couple second lead. Oh.
Random death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's the only way I can win. So.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked out at least a few times.
Yeah. That Zugga challenge was also a really weird one to watch out of both of you.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised to die at the very end. Usually if I make the clip, it's like not that common to die. But it wasn't to be, I guess.
Yeah.
But sadly, we are probably gonna wind up cutting this a little bit short, since the Link's Awakening tournament is going to be starting in 5 minutes on this channel.
Oof. All right.
So sadly, we're gonna have to wrap this up a little.
But yeah.
So congratulations to Gale on making it through to losers semis.
Yeah.
And thank you to Lightning for giving us a lot of good matches throughout the whole tournament.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
almost every match you've been in has been a.
I can't believe I made it this far. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to be done at least.
Yeah, it was a very good finish.
I believe this puts you at 7th.
Cool.
Yeah, tied for 7th.
Oh, and I think it brought my win line really even.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Alrighty.
with that, thanks guys for being here. It was a treat to watch. Thank you, Mystery Liquid, for joining me on. Thank
No
you to
problem.
everyone out to watch, and thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting this event.
See
with that,
y'all later.
Lightning is tied for 5th, not 7th.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
We will be leaving you, and you're going to be going from Star Wars over to Legend of Zelda for a Link's Awakening Warpless tournament race. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.